Is Gen Z feeling the Trump momentum and also denying the Holocaust? What is happening?
What the hell is wrong with y'all?
This is Not My Party. Brought to you by The Bulwark. A bunch of new polls out the last few weeks have people freaked out about what's going on with the kids.
Damn kids!
First, there's data showing Trump doing better than expected with his demo. And then there's a separate poll showing that an alarming number of young people think the Holocaust was a myth.
Oh, well, that's just stupid.
The most Donald-friendly data has come from what we in the business call crosstabs. That means pulling out one segment from a poll of the broader electorate.
Actually, it's quite technical.
A CNN poll of Georgia and Michigan had Trump winning voters under 45 by 10 and 11 points, respectively. A New York Times battleground state poll had Biden up by just one with 18 to 34-year-olds. And a recent NBC poll of the whole nation had Trump winning 18 to 34-year-olds by 4 points.
That's depressing.
Now, it's important to note that crosstabs often have a big margin of error. But even if these numbers are off, it's still a concerning trend for Biden. Because in 2020, he won the 18 to 39-year-old demo by 20 points. Now, the annual Harvard Youth Poll just came out as well. It only looks at 18 to 29-year-olds, so it's a little more reliable.
Much more accurate.
There, the news is a little bit better for Biden. Among all of these voters, his lead is only 11 points. But among those who say they are extremely likely to vote, his lead is 24 points. But that lead ticks down to 16 points if you include the potential third-party candidates they gave Cornel West, RFK Jr., and Joe Manchin.
Ow, that hurt my brains.
So there are a few big takeaways here. One, many liberals think turning out more young people would help Democrats, but that might be outdated thinking. It seems like a lot of the less engaged young voters are more interested in supporting Trump or a third-party candidate, while the most engaged young voters are still pretty aligned with the Democrats.
Educate yourself.
Second takeaway, third-party candidates could really damage Biden with this group. 15% said that they would support a third-party alternative if that was an option. And that would seriously eat into Biden's advantage with young voters.
What a waste.
Third takeaway, some of these voters might just be registering unhappiness with Biden because of inflation and Israel, and they might snap back to the Democrats next year once it sinks in that the choice is really likely to be just Biden or Trump.
It's a no-brainer.
This theory was explored more on my colleague's podcast called The Focus Group. She interviewed dozens of young voters about the election, and it was pretty interesting if you want to go check that out. But here's the counter-argument. The idea that young voters on the left who are unhappy with Biden will eventually come around is premised on the notion that they are rational. And well, the Holocaust denialism is not boosting that case. YouGov asked voters to respond to the following statement. The Holocaust is a myth. 20% of voters aged 18 to 29 agreed. 20%! 1 in 5.
What is wrong with you people?
Now, it's kind of a silly question, so maybe some of those people are trolling. But let's say the real number is half that. 10%. Still not good. And I might have thought these are mostly Unite the Right Hitler Youth types if the poll was taken last year. But watching the grotesque array of pro-Hamas propaganda on college campuses and TikTok makes abundantly clear that this sentiment is coming from the left.
Seems a little out of character, no?
So for anyone with a Gen Z friend who needs to hear this, Jews are not colonizers. They were expelled from their land, were victims of genocide by the actual European colonizers. Want proof? The Jewish population in Europe dropped by 6 million between 1933 and 1950. We know this because we have record keeping. This is not ancient history. People who survived the Holocaust are still alive today.
We have the records. We have the proof.
So, all these Gen Z polls have me curious how the Not My Party crowd is feeling. Swipe up to let me know where you're leaning for the upcoming election. And if you're watching on YouTube, let me know in the comments section. I definitely check those out.
Tell me what you really think.
And we'll see you next week for a Christmas edition of Not My Party. For more episodes of Not My Party, smash that subscribe button. And scan right here to subscribe on Snapchat, where you can get the episodes first and all the Not My Party content you desire.